Okay. Good evening, everyone. It is March 2, the year of Satoshi 2021. You are watching the BloomCast. This is episode 43. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Luis. I'm one of the founders of Bloom Solutions. We've got a pretty exciting show for you tonight. As you can see, I'm not in the beach anymore. Although even before, you couldn't really tell where I was, no? But like, I'm definitely not in the beach right now. You can see Makati in the background. So I'm back in Metro Manila for the next couple of episodes. And because of that, kind of the setup is not as nice, no? But anyway, hopefully you'll bear with me. We had a really, really busy week at Bloom over the last 4 or 5 days, and I'm unfortunately didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this episode tonight. But because I'm not as prepared, I brought in the big guns. I brought in some friends to help me and help me talk about what happened in crypto, in the crypto industry, in the crypto community over the last week. And I'm very happy to introduce them now. With me, my co-founder, Ramon Tayag, CTO of Bloom Solutions. Crypto4Chun, Aldrin Rabino, his third time on the show. Welcome back, bro. Thank you so much for always joining and explaining the Fibonacci's to us. Thank you so much. Kookoo Crypto, here to educate us about NFTs, Axie Infinity. What the hell is going on with Grimes? That Grimes art sale thing? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, and then first time on the show, but I know that he's always in the audience, and we have been talking about his work for nearly the last 6 or 7 episodes. Mike Mislos of Bitpinas, welcome. Finally, you are able to join us. Super excited you're finally here. Mike, since you've never been here before, I'm just gonna ask you straight up, no? Like, tell us about what's been going on in Bitpinas. I know that you guys have really started to, really, really become very active again. What do we have anything to look forward to this year? That you have any big plans? Let us know what's going on with Bitpinas.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for having me. So
Of course.
with Bitpinas, so we actually just celebrated our third year anniversary, and then so we did a lot of revamp and the design of the website, and then
Yeah.
we brought in some editorial stuff. So I'm fortunate to have been helped with Leah and Nathan from Empresses to actually help me
Right.
in mentoring and
Mm-hmm.
building the website and more on the things that I should be doing, as a writer and
Nice.
as a website manager. So looking
Nice.
forward. So well, more
Okay.
writers. So
Nice.
and more topics. May mga topics kaming we still haven't covered a lot, like DeFi,
Yeah.
NFTs, etc. So
Yeah. Yeah. Do you
fortunately,
feel
those are
like
the
you
things that
need
are.
ano, sorry, it's like for things like DeFi, na medyo mas I would say medyo mas komplikado siya or mas deep, I guess. Medyo mas deep yung subject matter. Do you feel like you need to have like parang a specialist writing about stuff like that? Or how do you how do you look at yung mga ganun na topics?
Yeah, so doon sa mga previous articles, first, siguro first of all, yung sa DeFi that I'm also writing. So, I look for specialists, people like, him, Spock, to help me, how should I create these articles, etc. So,
Okay.
but in the future, actually now, we're also looking for people who are really specialists, in the
Okay.
field so that,
Yeah.
they can contribute, articles and,
Mm-hmm.
maybe freelance on Bitpinas. So if you
Mm,
are experts
nice.
on DeFi and NFTs, let
Right.
me know so that
Okay.
we can have a business relationship on Bitpinas.
Nice. Nice, nice. Okay, so it's just starting. First time here is already offering you guys jobs. Great. So if you ever need someone to talk about NFTs, like Axie, blockchain games, stuff like that, you can talk to Kookoo Crypto and he can start like adding his content to Bitpinas also. Kuku, you haven't been with us in a couple of weeks now. What's been going on, man? Like, you look well rested.
I don't think so.
Okay, tell me what's been going on.
A lot. I mean, the Mark Cuban, Chamat, and these billionaires. Gary V is promoting NFTs right now, left and right. Sales are in biddings are into millions or hundred thousands of
Right,
dollars.
right.
So we're really making noise. Not just
Okay.
with NFT gaming, but with of
Mhm.
course art
Mhm.
collectibles. So
Mhm.
very exciting right
Okay.
now because we're
Yeah.
we're discovering a lot of applications or use cases with NFTs.
Nice. Okay. So
Yes,
speaking of Gary V, we also are
yeah, he's
joined by
very.
Gabby D, Gabby Dizon from YGG. Gabby, welcome. I literally just saw Gabby like a few days back. So like we're seeing a lot of each other recently. So typically ang nangyayari sa amin ni Gabby, when crypto does well, we start to see a lot of each other. When crypto doesn't do well, we take a very long break. so so you can so you can definitely tell na crypto's doing well. I've seen Gabby 3 times in the last week, so that's a good sign that there is business to be done. No? Gabs, tell us like how just highlights lang muna I guess, and then we'll go into the deeper stuff with YGG. Like
Sure.
what's happened in the last week for you guys?
Wow. Wow. I think
Fucking everything, everything happened.
loaded in the NFT space in general. So I think the general trend that we're seeing is that NFT is more media, which has decoupled itself from finance or from currency, right? So now NFTs have moved into the parang cultural trendsetters. Those the cool hunters who are now creating their own NFTs on drops in Nifty Gateway, Foundation, Zora, and NFT has basically flooded Clubhouse and to a certain extent Twitter, wherein the paracultural the cultural publications have no choice but to write about it. And add to this
Right.
backdrop, basically what's happened with Beeple, where
Yeah.
he's in Christie's, his art has sold for $6.6 million, and it's starting to take over the cultural conversation. So yeah, so
Okay.
it's gonna have its own cycle that I think is separate from the financial cycles. It's gonna be
Right.
more of a media beast. So Justin Blau just did an auction for his album, which came out a few years ago, by the way. So there were 33 slots, and it was basically the 33 highest bidders won those 33 NFTs, like one platinum NFT where your first place, you can co-create a song with him. The next five are
Wow.
gold NFTs, and then the rest up to number three are silver. NFTs. So yeah, so all
Wow.
in all, the 33 NFTs raised $11 million.
Son of a bitch. So I was actually impressed by the Grimes sale. I didn't realize that Grimes is another musician because so I guess I was just kind of comparing the numbers, but she only did like $5.8 million, right? Or something like that. Just like a
Yeah, Grimes is
tiny
really
tiny sum compared to this guy.
yeah, super interesting that like music has entered the chat and they're now doing monster NFTs, and you can be sure that after what Blau did and what Beeple did, basically the
Yeah.
celebrities are not far away. MC Hammer has been tweeting about NFTs.
What the fuck, MC Hammer?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, Gary V has bought like $1 million
Yeah.
worth of CryptoPunks. So it's its own
Okay.
separate beast now, which is different from the crypto cycles. Like the only thing I think it has in common is that it is on a blockchain, but it's now its own different beast.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go a little bit deeper into this throughout the show. I think some of our news items are about this also. Aldrin Rabino, last week. Sorry, could you remind me again what your Bitcoin prediction was from last week? I actually forgot it. Like, were you like mid 40s yung ano mo? Yung prediction mo?
46K.
46. What is the current price of Bitcoin as of right now?
Currently 49, around
46,000.
49.
Okay, all right.
49,000
So,
na.
it's about 8% gap. Okay, okay. If you who was on the show last week? I can't even remember. So, Mon, you weren't with us, no, on the show.
No, no,
Did you have a bet? I can't remember
Oh.
if you put a bet in the chat or something.
no, I did not.
Oh, damn. Okay, all right. So Aldrin said 46.
Yeah.
Well, who else was on the show?
Si
Gabby, were you on the show? You weren't on the show, were you?
Trust Wallet something si
Yeah, Trust Wallet.
yeah.
Sorry, it was and Nichelle. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So
Nichelle.
Nichelle of PDAX was on the show last
Yeah.
week. I forgot what he said also. Well, okay. Anyway, so traditionally we do this every BloomCast. We do try to predict what the price of Bitcoin is gonna be in the next episode, and then we brag if we get it right, and then we make fun of each other if we get it wrong. Ramon Tayag holds the record for getting it right the most number of times, I believe. It's like 3 or 4 times now, within a few $100s. So he's the guy to beat so far. As far as I can tell, no one predicted the big 50, 60, almost $60,000 jump. No, like that was almost an impossible one to predict. But what do you guys think is going to be the price of Bitcoin next week? At 7 p.m. the next BloomCast episode. Aldrin, unahan ko lang muna ito before your technical analysis part because otherwise people are just gonna be like copying what you say. Yeah? So
Sure.
predictions first, guys. Predictions first. Let's start with Kookoo Crypto because I think he already has an answer for me. Hey, you're still muted, bro.
52.
Okay, $52,000. Kookoo believes in 50. Sige. Mike Mislos, Bitpinas.com. What is your bet for the Bitcoin price next week?
So not financial advice, 58K.
58. Okay. Mike Mislos is challenging all-time high. 58,000 was right around where we stopped, no? Parang right at that, and then we kind of started dropping at 58. Okay. Gabby Dizon, Bitcoin price next Tuesday.
47,333.
Okay. 47,333.
633.
47,633. That's probably the most specific bet I've ever had to remember on this show. Ramon Tayag, where are you at?
I'm a 5'5", so $55,000.
Oh, okay, all right. So you've got some believers. So Ramon, Mike, Kookoo, these guys are the believers. So over 50. But Mike Mislos is currently the most optimistic of all of us. Aldrin Rabino, you can either tell us what your bet is, or you can do your technical analysis. I'll let you choose whichever one you want to do. Like if you wanna explain yung bet mo. What do you think? Are we gonna be optimistic? Are we gonna go over 50 again?
For me siguro 48.
Okay.
48K, yeah. And then,
So actually, malapit na malapit ka kay Gabby. Okay.
yeah. Then I'll
Okay.
share my perspective na lang siguro
Sige,
on
sige, sige.
technical analysis. Yeah.
You want to share your screen? While you're doing that, I'll talk about mine. I think that we're gonna
Okay.
be at about 54 next week. And the reason why I think that is wala lang because I want us to be at 54 and I want us to kind of start challenging all-time high again. I've got the 60,000 Bitcoin milestone poster ready na. And I did include laser eyes because, laser eyes is kind of what you need right now in the crypto Twitter sphere. So I'm excited to finally be able to publish that. Aldrin, where is your screen share? Here you go. Okay, here you go,
Okay.
bro.
So,
Take it
ayun,
away.
all right. So, 4 hours time frame to, guys. Again, this is only for reference and for ideas. Does not qualify as an investment advice or financial advice. So, last week, andito tayo around this area. 49, 48K territory. Pero yung idea natin last week is they will have a corrective move. So, it was happened. Hinit nyo yung 43. And then last week kasi hindi natin ginamit yung retracement, no? So this time, ipapakita ko lang yung retracement kung saan tumama itong support na to. Eto, gagamitan ko lang siya Fibonacci retracement from its impulse going to the end of the impulse. So basically, tumama siya 50. So itong mga area kasi na to, 38.2, 50%. Yun yung mga tinatawag na golden ratio eh. So as we can see on the 4 hours time frame, so na-confirm to, tong area na to.
Okay.
So after the confirmation of 50 retracements, price pullback sa upside. And then isa sa na-notice ko din dito, I can see some falling wedge. So there's a
Okay.
breakout of falling wedge as well. So here, this is only a bullish scenario, guys. Another one is when we add CCI, another oscillators, there's a positive divergence on the early time frame. So the price goes up on the CCI, and then on the price action, we can see it's going down. So it's a bullish divergence on the RSI. So for me, bakit ko nasabi na yung 48 yung bet ko next week? Kasi for me kasi as long as na drop the price is below 50, 52, the correction will continue sa downside eh. If ever na mabasag around or mabasag niya or magkaroon ng breakout sa upside, there's a probability that the impulsive move will continue na sa upside, no? So ito yung pinaka tinitingnan ko kasi on the retracement levels natin, it will serve as resistance eh. So once na mabasag to, there's a probability that the price will continue go upside. So
Okay.
if ever na retest lang to, there's a room pa din na magkaroon ng something like a small retracement sa downside. So yun,
Okay.
brief ano lang.
So, quick question to everyone on the show. Over the last week, like nonstop, there are all of these people who are asking me about Cardano suddenly. We've got first-time customers in Bloom. They've never bought crypto before. They have never bought crypto from us before. Their very first crypto is gonna be ADA. What's going on there? Like, I didn't have the time to do the research. Like,
Okay.
Mike Mislos, I assume that you have some idea why Cardano is so popular recently. What's going on?
So, not really familiar with Cardano and all on everything, pero I wrote something in one of our in our news updates na they have this hard fork called Mary,
Okay.
and yung
Okay.
hard fork na yun will allow Cardano to become something like Ethereum na that you can issue tokens and do in the future DeFi and all those other stuff that you can do on Ethereum. Correct me if I'm wrong, sa yun yung alam kong nangyari sa kanya.
Okay, so people are making bets on. It's a hard fork though, so it's a hard fork. Is there going to be two Cardanos or? Are they going to let one chain die?
Yun ang di ako sure.
It's hard fork like network update, not like hard fork split into two
Okay.
chains.
It's not a
So what-
split. Oh,
What is it? What do people use it for now?
Speculative
Number
investments?
going up.
Okay. So it's I guess meant to be a way to transfer value, parang ganyan.
Yeah, so from what I've read, and caveat, I haven't read that much. The new hard fork allows Cardano to be able to create the equivalent of ERC20 and ERC721 tokens on their platform.
Okay. So basically, it's the recipe for success that Tron and BSC have been piloting for
BSC.
the last year. No, basically just try to be less matraffic Ethereum, and that's all. Usually, that's
Yeah.
already enough to kind of find a use case for your stuff.
Yeah.
No, small little anecdote
This is,
that sorry, like just quick one lang. Yung last week was the first time I've ever seen a Tron transaction that didn't go through because the network was too busy. So like
Wow.
we don't use Tron that much. No, we use it mostly because of Tether. So you can send Tether through the Tron network. It's free because Justin Sun subsidizes the cost of it. And last week was the very first time I've had a transaction be rejected because the network was too congested. So his marketing is working, I think, because there are more people using Tron now. Yun lang. All they're doing is using it as a I guess parang alternative to ERC20, no? So they can just kind of ship their Tether some other way. That's what I think, but like I don't know if you guys have other thoughts on that.
Well, I
What
heard
were you
about this
about to say?
also Binance Smart Chain, right? Like that has gotten a lot of attention. In fact, I don't know if we're gonna talk about that tanks of Tiananmen Square. I don't know if any of you have seen that, but this is what I suspected. Like because it's it gets more expensive to run these apps, then some will be forced out, like whether they like it or not, right?
Right. Yeah.
And we're kind of seeing that happen now as to what kind of network effects Ethereum has gotten, because I know it has some, right? Like some contracts depend on others, and if you're gonna move something, then you have to move all of them, including the liquidity. So that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. In the chat, we're seeing a lot of people talking about BNB. Obviously, BNB is a very popular coin right now. Other than Bitcoin, like yung performance ng BNB has been very, very impressive over the last couple of months. And I'm still not sure exactly what's behind it other than, like I guess the Binance brand is just very beloved talaga. And I guess they keep burning tokens. Like I know Gabby, you were saying that the tokens they burn isn't in circulation, di ba?
Yeah, the main driver for the exchange coins appreciating rapidly is because Coinbase is going to IPO at a 1 billion valuation. And if you can derive the traffic of Coinbase versus Binance versus Uniswap versus Kraken versus what have you, then you can kind of imply a valuation to traffic ratio.
Right. Huh. And parang the implication is that BNB at its current price is probably undervalued, ganon? Is that
Yeah.
why people are buying into it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, Bloom sits on BNB holdings by default because we have to pay for our trading on Binance. So like I'm happy. Like I wasn't doing it for speculative reasons. I needed to pay for fees, but like it's worked out for us, weirdly enough.
Do you use BNB for Binance Smart Chain also?
I don't know actually. Does
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
know how that
Yeah.
works? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You pay fees
Yun
for
BNB is the default gas token for Binance Smart Chain.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so may use naman siya outside of the exchange itself. It's just
Yeah.
that okay, I get it. So yeah, all right. I guess it kind of makes sense. Okay. Sige, let's move on. Aldrin, sorry. Yung analysis mo for Bitcoin, does that parang does that work for the rest of the market also? Like, do you think do you foresee do you watch any of the other coins? I guess maybe that's the first question, pala. Do you watch any of the other coins closely, or are you mostly sa Bitcoin nakatutok?
Like yung nangyari kay Ada, example nun kasi last week I mentioned na there's a potential move if ever na merong mga network upgrades yung mga below coin or tokens ni Bitcoin. So just like what happened on Ada, yeah, si Ada lang kasi yung parang buhay last week nung nagkaroon ng correction yung BTC and other crypto. So,
Yeah.
yun yung parang pinaka-fundamental catalyst for ADA. And then other coin, I just checking other coin, something like an Atom kasi parang magkakaroon din siya ng something like a ADA concept na AMMs, so
Really?
osmosis,
Oh, okay.
something, yan.
Okay.
So, yun
Interesting.
yung mga tinitingnan ko that other coins, not is physically, pero I'm just looking at for other coins na merong mga upgrades or upcoming upgrades din.
But
Yeah.
but tell us what's gonna happen to our Doge bags, bro. Like nalugi ako dun sa Doge investment ko after I followed what Wall Street Bets
Ayun
was
lang, no?
saying. I bought 1,000 pesos worth of Doge coins, and now I'm under by 50% or something like that. What happened, man?
Basically, in crypto kasi, more on fundamentals eh. Pag natapos na yung hype, kahit ano pang broadcast ng mga kilala, pag wala na yung hype, price may decline talaga eh. If na-reach na niya yung peak or pinaka-resistance, it will
Yeah.
decline na eh. Yeah.
Well
So,
said.
yeah, I think,
Oh well. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get my money back on that investment. That's too bad. Oh wells. Okay. Sige, let's go back to let's see how do I do this? I guess here. Yung total market capitalization as of a few hours ago is still roughly 1.4 trillion dollars, no? So hindi tayo malayo dun sa like where we were in February, still kind of there, like hindi naman a massive difference. And it seems like Bitcoin is definitely fighting back. So that's kind of interesting. Yung dominance of Bitcoin continues to be around 60%. There's a news item about Coinbase later that I want to talk to you guys about and get your thoughts on. So keep this number in mind. No? So Bitcoin continues to still be about 60% of all of the volume. So otherwise, the market seems healthy. It doesn't seem like a red week like yung last week. So generally, I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic about where the crypto market is going. Speaking of optimism, Yield Guild Games has bought stuff for a lot of money.
We bought
And
land.
I need Gabby's help to explain what this is. Okay, so I see pixels.
Yeah,
Can
so,
you please explain?
So 2 weeks ago, we bought land in two games. What you're looking at now is Axie Infinity, and we bought around $76,000 worth of land in Axie Infinity, and we bought $30,000 of land in the Sandbox. So both of these are games that have basically player-owned environments and a land system where you can kind of build gameplay on top of them, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so the guild has bought 88 Savannah plots.
Okay.
Yeah, worth roughly around 48, basically.
So okay, many questions, and I'm sure Mike Mislos probably has some questions also. But I think my first one is the one that my girlfriend asked me when I was trying to describe to her what I was going to be talking about with you on the show. Her question was, where is the land, and why is it worth $70,000?
The land can be located on the Ronin sidechain, which is created by the Axie Infinity team.
Okay. I don't know right now. Okay, sige. So it's on the internet. All right, it's on the
Okay,
internet.
sige, let's talk land, no? So
Sige, sige.
virtual land is a thing, and basically, yeah, if you think of each game as its own kind of economy, that is kind of the economy that is, I guess, there's underlying kind of the value is sits on the blockchain, which means yeah, part of the value that this game generates go towards the landholders, right? So for landholders specifically of Axie Infinity, they'll be able to earn the AXS governance token. So in year one alone, there is almost $40 million of the AXS token at today's price that is going to be reserved for play to earn gameplay. So winning in arena, land gameplay, and now, di ba, mahal ang lupa eh. So actually, not everyone can afford to buy $80,000 of land. So what the guild did is that we invested in that land para yung mga guild members pwedeng maglaro and they can earn those governance tokens for themselves.
You as the landowner, how do you parang realize returns on your land investment?
Well, we're going to take a small cut from whatever the player earns. Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah. So basically,
Okay.
we're looking at two things. We're gonna take fees from the gameplay that our guild members do while they earn on our land, and I expect significant capital appreciation. So magmamahal yung lupa because there is economic activity that's happening on top of it. We're gonna build buildings. We're gonna craft items. We're gonna make the land useful, and that makes the land basically a lot more valuable than if it were empty land, right?
Can we look forward to a virtual LTO for YGG lands?
Doon ka magpapa-register ng Axie.
Yeah, ganon. May ganon ba? May ganon ba? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's a pretty good way for you to make some money.
Yeah, I mean,
wait,
You could
Go
have a
ahead, go ahead.
Uniswap station inside of your land in Axie Infinity,
Yeah.
and then people can swap their tokens there, and you might earn a small fee from that.
You've got people applying to be your gardener. Can you have a gardener in your land? Like, how does that work?
Pwede yan. Yeah.
You can
Alright, cool.
also rent our land for BloomX shop in our
Ooh.
Lunasha. So
Yeah,
people
actually,
just go there.
Okay, that's cool. So hasyendero na
This
kayo.
reminds me of Second Life. I don't know how many of you
Yeah.
heard
Yeah,
about that.
it does,
but
doesn't
reminds me
it?
of
It
Second
does.
Life.
I'm old enough to have played Second Life.
Yeah.
I think the biggest difference is that because the underlying economy is on the blockchain. People can freely transact with one another, and in many cases they can switch crypto to fiat, fiat to crypto, and it's basically like it's a real investment. It's like investing in real estate, except that it is 100% virtual.
Right. And then your contract of ownership is a smart contract on a blockchain.
Correct.
So you didn't have to go through. I don't even know, by the way, kung ano yung tawag doon sa authority that deals with real estate property here in the Philippines. Like hindi ka dadaan doon. There's no courts. There's no like it's all kind of just done as a transaction that's purely on the blockchain, and that's it.
That's right.
Wow.
right.
Okay. Fuck, that's interesting. Okay, it is a little bit like Second Life. Now that you mentioned it, Mon, and I remember that I was very cynical about Second Life, and then I realized that there were friends of mine who were making money by designing clothes that you could sell on Second Life for the characters. So sinusuot nila yung
Yeah.
designs,
Yeah.
and then they'll pay like $5-10 for each one of those, and I'm like, okay, I guess that's a thing too. So
That's like the first generation of NFTs, no? And
Yeah.
they still do that now. What's that game in Nintendo? Yung
Animal
yung
Crossing.
cute. Yes.
What is it?
yes. That still happens.
Animal
now.
Crossing.
Animal.
Yes,
Is that
so-
what that's
Crossing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
Mike,
something
if you
else
had
that
questions,
happens
if
now.
you have questions for Gabby about the fact that he is now a crypto haciendero, please fire away.
Yes, I Gabby. So parang you actually I was writing an article about NFT earlier today, so might request for quotes later. So but basically your guild kings do is they bet on the future utility of the AXS. So do you also I assume you also bet that Axie Infinity will be the poster boy or poster game for for this blockchain gaming scene.
Yeah, I think people don't really realize how powerful a play to earn economy is laid on top of an actual fun game. So yeah, we've never really seen a game before where basically meron kang mix of extrinsic and extrinsic motivators. Intrinsic meaning, yeah, this is fun, I can progress. It's a game that is easy to learn, difficult to master. And extrinsic meaning, I can win prizes, I can farm SLP, I can earn excess, I can actually invest in land. If you put all of those together, you're basically seeing something similar to a digital nation with its own economy rise. And this is kind of the very start of the metaverse that we've seen in the movies, where I
Right.
would say we're at the 0.1% at the beginning of
Right.
the metaverse. And it actually starts with games like Axie Infinity and Sandbox.
Right. Do you feel like where how far off do you feel that like we are from parang I guess yung biggest question ko with all of this stuff kasi as I understand the nature of making a bet, of course. But that's startups, right? You're making a bet on technology, on teams, on stuff like that. How far off do you think before you'll see parang like the big names like the Square Enixes, the or I don't know, whichever, the EAs maybe, kind of start to look at this space, the
Well, I can
Blizzards,
tell you that
ganon.
Square Enix has land in the sandbox.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Already.
yeah. So I would say that for the large companies, they've at least heard of it. There's probably a few people working on it. Ubisoft has an innovation department that has a head of blockchain sitting in France, and yeah, they're actually working with Axie Infinity and other startups. So it's not as far behind as you may think. What if I would bet the nearest use case if you were a large company would be in skins, basically, because you don't want NFTs to kind of mess up the game economy that's already profitable for you. So
Right.
selling skins that are kind of coming from official wallet of the company, or for example, an NFT of a sword that was signed by the wallet of a famous esports player. I think that's where we're headed in the near term. And then once they see that it works, people actually want to buy something for a stupid amount of money because it is quote unquote signed by
Yeah,
a famous
Ninja or
player
something.
or
Yeah.
Kojima or whatever. Then we'll
Yeah, yeah,
start
yeah.
to see more experiments on how NFTs and blockchain can actually be used inside the game environments.
Okay. Okay,
I
so I guess
remember
yeah,
dun
you're
sa
go ahead, Mike,
yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
Gabby, I remember dun sa Game Fest, 2018. So merong I don't know if it was you who said it, but the big companies might be sensitive sa in giving their IPs naman on the blockchain and who owns them or what. So ano kaya, how about today? Ganun pa rin kaya sila, or are they warming up to the idea now their IPs are on the blockchain? I know may NBA Top Shots, etc. But on the games, on the big game companies, what do you think?
Um, we're a lot closer now than we were in 2018 definitely. I mean, I think it would vary per company. But yeah, I see it as inevitable. Basically, it's just a matter of when and how.
Right. Yeah. Quick interjection lang. So Jake, I believe that's Jake. Jake is asking kung meron ba tayong price predictions for AXS. Normally, I don't ask for price predictions for other stuff, but there's like a whole bunch of people here who have vested interest in AXS. So I feel like maybe you were the guy.
Baka tumaas, baka bumaba.
Wow, nice. Well said, Gabby Dizon. Kookoo Crypto, what is your price prediction for
Ano
AXS?
lang, manood lang sila palagi ng live sa YouTube tsaka sa Facebook kasi gumagamit kami ng TA doon, chismis analysis. So,
Okay. Aldrin Rabino, do you analyze AXS much? Did you look at AXS much in the last week or two?
The past few months kasi yung targets ko diyan 1 USDT lang dapat eh. Pero it goes around 2.3 previous highs. So, yun, if ever na tumaas yan, there's a probability that it will be retested the previous size, which is 2.3 siguro. Again, it's only a probability lang, not financial advice.
Yung what's the current price now? Are we at 80
80.
pesos? So mga
Yeah.
175 US.
1.75, yeah.
Last
Right,
week, nasa
okay.
55 lang siya eh. Bumalik siya sa
Ooh.
55.
Okay.
So, nag-100 na siya, di ba? At some point.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
correct.
yeah. Nag-100
3
siya.
USDT, yeah.
Right. So that's what Aldrin was saying na yung all-time high niya is almost $2.50. Parang
$2,
ganon,
yeah.
something like
Two,
that.
two,
Yeah.
two.
Okay.
2.2,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Chismis analysis talaga. Yep,
Oo.
there you go. Yeah. That's what
Yeah, I'm a
tsaka
long-term
magaling eh.
believer in AXS, so I actually don't check the price. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I view this really as a long-term investment in the game. So not only do I personally have Axis, I have land, I have AXS tokens, I help with the community of Axie Infinity and with YGG as well. So yeah, that makes me kind of really not care where the price goes this week or next week.
Right. I would say that you're about as invested in Axie Infinity as it's possible to be, right?
Yeah.
Without being a core developer, like you're
Yeah.
basically at every level. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And that's
Okay.
that hasn't been possible before for fans of a game, for community to be like super invested in in a game like it is possible now.
Right. Okay. Sige, let's move on to some of the news care of Bitpinas, and I'm gonna give some of this to Mike because this is actually his article, no, and I'll tell all of you guys na ano, like over the last few weeks, the news that Bloom has been talking about on this show, it's usually based on yung mga news roundups that Mike writes every week. No? So we're very appreciative of the work that he does. And we certainly always refer to his articles because nandun yung, he's already picked like the news that is, the most interesting. So this one is kind of funny because it kind of indicates something very different about the US market. No? So Coinbase is about to go public, meaning they're about to go on the stock market, no, for the first time. And they had to reveal some of their numbers. So the main figures that they revealed was very interesting. Only 35% of their volume is retail, and 65% is institutions. Meaning, yung mga bumibili, yung mga customers nila, 65% of them are big corporations, and then only 35% are normal, parang average customers that are individuals. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this, mostly because wala tayong ibang mapagkomparan nito. Like, we can't compare it to Coins.ph because, I don't think, firstly, Coins.ph doesn't really have institutional customers, not in that sense. Do you think that this is an indicator of parang who is actually spending money on crypto? Is it mostly institutions now? And if that's the case, does that mean that parang you should just be focusing on institutional stuff, kind of things like that? Like, what do you guys think about this? Mon, I know that like you've spent a lot of time talking to our corporate clients, and you've seen the interest that they have. Would you say that parang we will probably observe something like this also, 65% institutional volume, 35% retail volume, ganon?
Ooh, in the Philippines?
Yeah, in the
I mean,
Philippines, in the Philippines.
Yeah, that's. I wish. Well, just put it this way. I wish I was talking to more institutions here in the Philippines who are interested. Maybe they will be, but like they say, we lag the trends in the US. Before it was like 5 to 10 years, but these days, siguro mga 2 years or so.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna continue to be that way, and probably because there is no choice. When it, at least volume wise, the majority of the buyers are the ones who have a lot of money and are afraid that their boatloads of money will be inflated away. Those are, a lot of them are institutions and high net worth individuals.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Gabby Dizon, do you think that, I mean, you're coming very much from the retail space, no? So yung community mo, these are all retail guys. Like, do you think na ano we'll get to the point where it's mostly just institutions kind of throwing their weight around here in the Philippines?
Uh, Honestly, I don't really keep track of what's happening, but I think the assessment that local business will follow what's going on abroad is probably accurate. From what I've interactions here with local business, they tend to be very conservative as a whole, and it's only when they probably feel like they're getting left behind, that the biggest companies in the world are getting Bitcoin, will they follow. That's my
Okay.
assessment.
Okay. Okay. Mike Mislos, this is your article. Do you think that we're gonna see this in the Philippines also? 65-35.
Uh, by volume siguro, but more on, I think the customers per se, the retail, I think it will still make up the most of the of the
Right.
of the of the of the purchases, or the individual individual transactions. Pero
Right.
kasi we have Bloom, and the others you are doing also there, you are catering to institutional clients. So
Yeah.
I think it's only a matter of time na maging ganyan yung dito sa Pilipinas.
Right. I think also yun nga, it's much easier kasi for like one institution sometimes they will buy as much as 1,000 clients na retail customers, diba? So medyo ano nga siya. It does create a very different dynamic. There's another bit
It's
of news
easier for
here. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
parang it's easier for Bloom, probably. It's easier for Bloom to cater to institutions. Kasi yung isang institution lang, then yung volume malaki.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. You don't need like a team of 100 employees kung puro institutional customers
Yeah.
lang kayo. Yeah. Um,
I'm interested to know what these numbers were like just even 2 years ago, right?
right. Oo nga eh. We
On
don't
Coinbase.
yeah, I don't think we have it. But yeah, you're right. Oo nga. I'd like to see also. But I have a feeling na mas ano siya, mas pantay siya. Or maybe baliktad, no? Maybe the retail was even bigger back then.
Yeah.
Kasi takot
Yeah,
pa
there you go.
yung mga corporations. Pero now it's a different story. So, yeah.
So scam alert in the comments. Ignore that,
Uh-oh.
please.
Oh,
I think
okay. Yeah.
I think one of the yung another thing interesting dun sa Coinbase, their S1 filing, is yung risk that they actually noted. So I think tas ng konti yung article. So I think they mentioned that if if Satoshi Nakamoto's identity is revealed, so they think it is also a risk to their business and even the
Uh,
proliferation of DeFi. So
sure.
definitely
Yeah.
interesting.
I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, Satoshi being revealed is a risk to the entire crypto market, no? I think that's like not just to Coinbase, but like the entire crypto market would be affected if Satoshi moved even one Satoshi of his Bitcoin holdings. That would be that would be a very very big deal. Um, Tell me a little bit about this part here. Yung Ethereum's biggest mining pools have opposing stance on EIP 1559. So this is the thing where the transaction fees are not going to be held. They're going to be burned instead. The goal of which is to improve network security, but really it's really to ensure transaction fees are not as high as it is today. Um, I don't understand that. Bakit bababa yung transaction fees if you're burning the gas? Hindi pa baliktad? Kasi kukonti nga yung gas supply? Or am I misunderstanding how that works? Maybe you can clarify it, Mike.
Yeah, so dun sa I think it goes dun sa what is binibigay dun sa miner. So if the goal is, if makakontian yung transaction fees, the revenue will actually decrease. So naturally, yung ibang miners, especially the two biggest miners, they are one of them is opposed to it, and the other is in favor of it. So
Okay.
one of them is more into for the future DAO. So if we lessen the minor, if we lessen the transaction fees, there will be more adoption of Ethereum. So correct me if I'm wrong, Kuku Gabi or more dito. So ayun. But I believe naman do sa on the subject of transaction fees and others, I think the layer two provider solutions are the ones that will be catering to that.
Okay. Interesting. So, it's saying here that it will launch soon, like in the next few months. So that means that I mean, does
Yeah.
I thought that this was the kind of thing that was meant to be based on consensus. Why is this guy talking like
Well,
it's almost sure?
it's not probably like soon, as in there's probably some consensus stuff happening to it. I think this is a little bit simplistic, but
Right.
the core of the issue is that the feeling is that there is so much of the fees recycling back to miners, right? And the miners will sell basically for operations, right? So burning part of the transaction fee means that there is less floating ETH that is that goes to the miners. It will reduce miners' income, but it will basically be a deflationary effect
Right.
on Ether, which will make the price go up for everyone. So it's yeah. So yeah. So the general feeling is that the miners are earning too much.
Right. Based on this chart, it seems like they're doing pretty well for themselves, no? So they made $1 billion in mining fees in February and something like $800 million in January. So yeah, it's looking like maybe they don't
They're
need to
doing
make
pretty
that
well.
much. Yeah, they're doing
They-
pretty well. They're doing pretty
Yeah.
well. Okay, cool. All right, that's interesting. Um, so sige, let's move on to the next one. I actually saw this being mentioned in the chat kanina, so people are aware of this one. So, if you're an old school Bitcoiner, you know about the drama about Bitfinex and Tether and how, like when Tether was the only stable coin around, parang there was always the question of whether or not Tether Foundation actually had all of the dollars that it claimed that it had. And the reason why that's important is because Tether is 1 to 1 pegged against the US dollars and it's backed by US dollars. Meaning it's not algorithmic like the DAI, yung MakerDAO DAI, that's algorithmic, no? Tether, when you say you have one tether, it means that there is an actual dollar somewhere that is backing the value of that tether. And the big question with Bitfinex and the Tether Foundation was whether or not they actually had those dollars. It was very hard to tell. They had all sorts of banking scandals and drama and all of that stuff. And it seems like this story is coming to a close now because, let me read from Mike's article. In 2019, the New York Attorney General's office charged Bitfinex had used Tether's funds to cover $850 million that it had lost from crypto capital. Now, the case is now settled. Although it's very funny because Bitfinex and Tether both say that they did nothing wrong, but they are going to pay $18 million as a what is it? As a fine?
Settlement.
Right. As a settlement. Yeah, just
Yeah,
as
but
a
it
settlement.
happens. I mean, this happens a lot. Like you just sue and then but they tell you, okay, if you pay or if you settle like with this amount of money, and I'm not just talking about this particular case, but many cases, right? Maybe in the US, mostly. Like if you settle, then we'll just drop the case.
Yeah.
But if not, then we're gonna spend 5 years in court or something like that, and you're gonna pay more in lawyer fees anyway. It's
Right.
I don't like, to me it sounds like extortion, but that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Right. What
I
is
remember yung
your
sa,
interpretation on this,
So,
Mike?
sorry.
Go ahead, Mike. What's your
Yeah,
interpretation of
I
this?
remember yung Ios, diba? When they were also charged for selling legal sale of securities. So my interpretation of this is not with Tether. and Bitcoin and Bitfinex, but the implication of this with the XRP case. So
Right.
so they are charged there. So we have to remember hindi lang Ripple yung charge doon. Brad was named also in the case. So they are personally they were
Liable.
personally charged. Yes. So
Mm-mm.
I think the implication is that baka ganyan din yung mangyari with the XRP case. Although I believe
I've
they are fighting them on Twitter. on
Well,
Twitter.
it's too late na eh. Kasi with Ripple specifically, it's too late for settlement. Kasi nasa ano na sila eh. They're already in the middle but they were already charged. So
Oo.
parang they needed to settle, months ago, and they were already offered settlement, pero ayaw nila, they declined it. So now they're gonna fight it out in court. It looks like that's gonna be what the situation is with Ripple specifically, and that's why we're very hesitant when people ask us if we think that it's a good time to buy XRP right now. It's like so. Firstly, I've never thought it was a good time to buy XRP, but it's even less of a good time now because the Ripple Labs is being sued by the U.S. government, and it's not looking good. No, so yon. But it continues to have value, so I'm not sure. I mean, I confess I don't completely understand why there's always still value to it, but ganun eh, people really like speculating, I suppose.
Yeah.
Um, this is another one. Square reports $4.5 billion in Bitcoin sales in 2020. That's pretty fucking good. They're not even the largest, no? So Coinbase is the largest. Coinbase is, they reported $1 billion in revenue in 2020. This is sales. This number here is sales. So it's actually, they probably only made like maybe, it says Bitcoin gross profit was only $97 million or approximately 2%. It's like, that's still pretty fucking good, I think.
Yeah, I think most of
And
that is ano no, more on transaction fees talaga. So
yes.
that means having a business like that is profitable.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Um, I don't know if anyone. So, Cash App kasi is only based in the States, no? So,
Mm.
a normal Pinoy, if you don't have a US bank account and a US social security number, you can't actually use it. So, I don't know kung mura yung conversion nila. I have a feeling that it's not actually that low. I have a feeling that they probably charge at least like 1% or something. Or at least based on these numbers, it looks like it's not like a tiny amount.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
think yung
interesting.
transaction fees there was hindi cheap, but the main selling point is yung simplicity ata of the app.
Right. Correct. Yeah, that's definitely true. Um, PDAX conference. Oh, I didn't realize that you covered this also. Okay. Okay. So last week, we had Nichelle Gaba from PDAX on the show. He answered as many questions as he could. We got some very uh, strong and vocal comments in the chat. Um, I think that if there are people in the chat who are PDAX customers, let us know what's going on with you guys. Like, I hope that you're able to get access to your accounts again. Like I said, I even back when we were talking to Nichelle, no, like we hoped and prayed that everyone would get a fair resolution to what happened. I don't know exactly what a fair resolution might be. I know that we all have our different opinions kasi about whether or not they should just give the money to the customers, leave the money with them, or if they should try to get it back. Um, I don't know. I don't know if you guys had any thoughts about it. I mean, we're all kind of hesitant to talk about it because some of us here are also founders in the startup space now. So we don't want to, throw an opinion out there against another founder. Baka like we're just talking out of our butts or something. I don't know, Gabby, if you had any thoughts about this, about the PDAX incident. Like, how do you think it should have been handled or stuff like
Zero
that?
thoughts, zero comments.
Okay, so Gabby is being as safe as I've ever known him to be, and I think that is probably the kind of opinion that you'll get from a lot of founders also, because same thing. we're probably just gonna quietly wait and see and hope for a good fair resolution nga for all of you guys. Mike, I don't know if you had anything to add to this. I haven't kept up with the news then kasi kung like may developments ba or anything.
So most of the latest news is more on the fake news that are going around. So there was an item or a news item on another website that cites that someone emailed the BSP customer service about the situation, and the BSP customer service, let me repeat, said that PDAX is not licensed by the BSP. So what happened is that
Okay.
in another paper, the BSP clarified na indeed PDAX is actually licensed by them. So I think kasi ewan ko what how does the customer service of BSP work. So as I mentioned before, maybe they don't know kasi nga it was PDAX, but their the company name or the trade name is Fintegrate. So maybe that's the one in the database. So siguro
Okay.
yun. Yun yung
Okay.
latest sa
Okay.
kanya.
Okay, all right. Okay, so no developments naman about the actual customer accounts that were affected by it. Okay, well, sige,
The
like if there's
last
anyone in
time
the
na
chat na lang. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah?
yeah, the last time lang that I checked is that some of the accounts have already been fixed, but there are still some concerns and some that are still up. Yun yung latest that I have read, I think
Okay.
yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so again, just hoping for a fair resolution, hoping that that everyone gets what they um, correctly deserve, I guess. Gosh, that's kind of a hard thing to measure, but I mean, yun na lang. That's all I can really say about that. Okay, so we're kind of at the last part of the show. Um, if you guys saw my posts about this episode, you saw that that Bloom was going to announce a new product today. We've been working on it for several months now. It is a product that's specifically meant for people like Gabby's customers, YGG users, Axie Infinity players, people who are into the blockchain gaming space, people who are interested to make their first investment in crypto with a small amount of money. It's not meant for parang high net worth like rich people. It's not meant for rich people. It's not meant for institutions. It's meant for average customers. And we're really happy to be able to announce that like it's almost ready. It's almost there, guys. So we've been working on it for a while now. This is what it looks like. I'm just gonna show you. Sorry, that's the wrong page. I'm gonna go to the landing page first, so I can show you exactly what we have in our heads. So this is it here. There you go. So what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to give Pinoys a safe way to trade as many currencies as possible directly for peso. So when we say 250 cryptocurrencies, we mean Bitcoin, Tether, Wi-Fi, SLP, AXS, all of the ERC20 tokens, the DeFi gang, all of that stuff. We want to be able to make that safe and easy, and like you'll be able to deposit as little as 1,000 pesos, and you'll be able to buy 1,000 pesos worth of SLP or AXS or whatever you want. We want to be able to do that. No, so that is the goal with this product. And so the product is called BloomX.app. I'm just going to write that down right in the chat so that everyone can click on the link. Now, BloomX.app is not open yet. We are going to we have a wait list that's ready, right? So what we want you to do right now, if you're watching, if you're in the audience, please go to BloomX.app right now and then fill in the waitlist form. Okay, so that's all you have to do is go down here, just put in your name, put in your email address, and then click join the waitlist. You'll get an email from us. You just need to confirm that is your actual email, and then you'll be on the waitlist now. So that's what we need from you guys right now, no? So what we're gonna do, although we're very very excited about launching this thing right now, as soon as possible. We want to be very safe also. So what we want to do is we're gonna let people in one at a time, kasi. So that's why the wait list is very important. We only have a few customers at the moment. So if you're one of the few who are very early, like you're in the wait list agad, then mapaprioritize kayo. So mapapasok kayo agad, you'll be able to play around with it. You'll be one of the very first people who will be able to see how this works right now. So that's why I need all of you guys to get on bloomx.app and then put your name and your email in the waitlist right now. Now, I'm actually going to show you what the app itself looks like. It's this one right here. Here you go. So this is my personal account, and this is my personal bloomx.app account. Obviously, I don't have a lot of... not really, no. I mean, it's still, we're being conservative muna. Like, we're playing around with our personal funds, but not too much. I'll show you some of the parts of it. So the most important part right up here, this is a real-time conversion of all of my crypto holdings, right? So that means so I'll show you some of my holdings here. So I've got pesos, obviously. I also have a little bit of BNB. I have a little bit of Atom, Dot, and then Balancer. So itong amount na to, itong 8,500, it's converting all of those into the peso equivalent, and then it's actually adding them all up. And that's my total wallet value. And then it has this handy little thing here on the side that says 11.9% better than 1 day ago. So what that means is yesterday, yung holdings ko, yung total value ng crypto ko was not as good. Now it's better. No, now it's almost 12% better than yesterday. I'll show you what the BNB page looks like. So obviously BNB, we've been talking about it all day. This is what the BNB page looks like. Obviously there's a price chart, but very handy little tool here. It tells you kung kailan ka bumili, at what point in the price of BNB did you buy. So it tells you, okay, you bought 0.23 BNB on February 16, you bought again on March 1, and then you bought again on March 2. So you can see it kung ano. So if you bought down here, then great, di ba? Kasi that means the price is up. And then it even does some calculations for you here. Yung 0.34 BNB mo, your cost was 2,700 pesos, but the market value is now 4,100 pesos. That means that you are performing better than the market by 54%. So it's already doing all of the math for you. You don't have to worry about stuff like that. And obviously, any other coin that you want, practically every coin that you can think of, we support. So yun nga, yung mga 1-inch, mga Aave, all of the ADA type things and everything else, it's all in here. It's 250 plus cryptocurrencies that's supported here, and all of them you can trade with Philippine peso. So there's your AXS. I don't actually have AXS pala in this account now that holy crap, it's 40% up. Huh, I didn't realize that. Anyway, so yun, so that's the performance of AXS over the last.
I told you, right? It might go down or it might go up, so I'm half right.
Yeah, you're definitely half right. You're half right. I don't have any AXS. We're also trying to be helpful. Also, if you're the sort of person who wants to do a little bit of research before you buy into something, there are some notes here about every cryptocurrency that is available in the BloomX app. So it'll tell you where the white paper is. It'll tell you what the official website is. So you can go there and you can do your own research, which is obviously something that we advocate for. No, we always want people to do their own research. If you are an Axie player and you want to deposit your SLP here, and then you want to turn it into peso, you can do that very, very easily. You just make a deposit, obviously, and then you go exchange, and then you select SLP from here, blah, 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 somewhere down there, SLP, there it is, right? I don't actually have any SLP but you can sell. You click sell, and then yung whatever the peso, ito yung peso price niya, yung 175. So whatever SLP you have, you can turn it into pesos, and then just withdraw it.
Where does it get?
yung withdrawals namin are all of the banks, GCash, Paymaya. You can even get it as Cebuana Luwelier remittance. You can get it from Palawan Pawn Shop. You can get it from M. Luwelier. All of it's supported. So we can do that all in minutes. Yeah, so we've been doing this, like we've got the tech for this. We've had the tech for this for a long time na kasi. Ngayon lang kami gumawa ng retail na focus na app. So this is our first time to really do something that's meant for the direct customer. So we're really excited to start getting people on here. And that's why I was saying, please, like as soon as you can, put your name and email in the waitlist form para we can start bringing you on. We're gonna start bringing the first few customers on as early as next Monday. Yeah, yun, that's what we've got right now, and I'm super excited to be able to finally show this to you guys because we've been working on it for a while. Mike, were you gonna grill me about something about the app? I know that you said you wanted to ask some questions about it.
Yeah, first of all, congrats dun sa app. So,
Thank you.
I think unang question lang is where does it get the market rate? So, sa CoinMarketCap ba, CoinGecko, those things.
So Mike Mislos
Iba-iba.
is immediately trying to disassemble how we built this product. Thank you for the question. That's fucking great that you are really you really want to investigate deeply. We are getting our rates from Binance. We're not ready to announce exactly how we're doing everything. We're gonna announce that pretty soon, maybe within the next 2 weeks. And obviously, Bitpinas will be the first place that we will talk about this for. Pero I can tell you na yung sinusundan namin na rates are from Binance. So yung order book ng Binance. And that's why you'll get some of the best rates that you can possibly get, really, because Binance is currently the most liquid exchange, diba? So yung rates mo for any of these coins are going to be absolutely like sobrang yung pinakamanipis na margin that you can find. Yeah.
So in short, yung mga tokens that you support are those tokens na nasa Binance din.
Yan.
Yeah, that's
best
that's correct. Yes. The tokens that we support are the Binance tokens. Not all of the Binance tokens necessarily, but certainly the ones that we know have a sizable market cap.
Volume.
So So we usually judge by volume. So obviously, like yung top 100, definitely there. But there's some others here that I don't even know what they are kasi sobrang dami. And I spent like a couple of weeks just going through the list of these cryptos, and like there's stuff here that I've never heard of, like Acropolis.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Ambrosus. I mean, obviously marami talaga, diba? So the good thing is that now you can go direct. So peso to ARDR if you wanted or whatever, diba?
Yeah,
So
so
hindi ka na
basically,
kailangan mag-hop.
we will have a like an address to deposit yung mga tokens na yan.
Yes. So
So
let's
there's no
say
wallet.
Kookoo has an account. So Kookoo has an account and he wants to deposit SLP, right? Because he wants to turn his SLP into pesos. So so you can you have your SLP address na sayo lang. That's your address there. Send it there. It gets confirmed in whatever yung speed ng confirmation of the Ethereum network. And then yun. So you have working balance na, and then you can exchange it. So all of these cryptos that are listed here have their own what do you call it? Have their own deposit address.
So does the customer will have their own wallets dun sa app?
They will have their own balances.
Balances.
I think the goal and Bloom and Ramon and I were all believers that you should not keep your coins long term on an exchange. So we always advocate for just take it out once you've bought it. Once you parang pag it's a reasonable amount, ilabas mo na siya and hold it on your own. Like the whole point of crypto is self custody. So we don't actually want you to keep it here forever, but we do have the facility to hold it for you, at least kahit temporarily man lang.
Pero funded naman yung mga yung de joke lang.
Opo. Opo, sir. Yes, it is funded naman. So, dude, like honestly, we've been wanting to promote this for a while. Medyo pangit lang yung timing last week, as you could probably imagine, 'di ba? Parang hindi maganda yung yung vibe last week nung if we started talking about this. Eh. But yeah, so the good thing about this is that so Bloom started its life as an enterprise level trading facility kasi. So yung mga mas sanay kami dun sa bigger customers. We are pretty good at managing cash flow to make sure that this is funded appropriately. So that's part of the stuff that we're pretty good at.
Yeah. So
Pero
wait
lang
for. Go ahead. Sir.
Yeah, so Luis, dun sa mga in your previous articles, interviews, 2014, 2015, you were mentioned yung Bloom also was mentioned as opposed to other provide crypto companies here. Sabi si Bloom, I mean whereas the others are more customer facing, building their own wallets. You were more Bloom was more into complementing the
Yeah.
remittance thing like Palawan, etc., building their back end. So what made the
Yeah.
change for Bloom to
Yeah.
go into this direction?
So I'll probably tell you this na lang, and Mon, please jump in if you wanna add something. Nag-iba rin kasi yung local industry.
Yeah.
I think that what happened is that CoinsPH is no longer the market leader for parang the place to buy crypto. People still refer to CoinsPH as parang when they're looking up the price of Ethereum, they still kind of use CoinsPH. Pero parang nawala na yung focus nila sa crypto. I think that they're more of a mobile wallet right now. They want to be a competitor to Gcash and things like that. And that's fine. I don't mind. I don't think that's a problem.
Load wallet.
Yeah. So, yung I guess no. Oo nga, medyo naging ganun na nga siya. And that's there's nothing wrong with that, no? They want to focus somewhere else. Eh. There other than PDAX, and PDAX kasi order book exchange yung PDAX eh, 'di ba?
Yeah.
So, mas complicated. You have to understand how an order book works. You have to understand what a limit order is or whatever those terms, no? Ito buy and sell lang eh. So it's the simplicity of the coins.ph thing from before. Pero with way more cryptocurrencies na parang it understands na the cryptocurrency community of the Philippines sobrang iba na siya from now. No, it's no longer that it was all just Bitcoin. There's so many other cryptocurrencies and tokens out there, so you have to be able to support it. Yun, and we think that we're in a good spot to start offering a service for this precise thing.
I think it's a good timing kasi it's like Mike said, you're supporting communities like for example with NFT gaming. We need to liquidate our earnings to pesos easily with this kind of service. So for me, if people ask me paano ako magka-cash in, paano ako magka-cash out, and once na hindi mo siya ma-explain in a way na maiintindihan ng tao, na di-discourage sila to take I mean to get on board. Pero if you have this kind of service, ang daming pwedeng mabuksan na doors, para at least like what YGG is advocating. Well, you can play games right now. You can easily exchange your tokens and then start to be an investor and build your own wealth, 'di ba, sa crypto. And with this kind of service, madali na nilang magawa 'yon.
Yeah, so that's the goal, dude. Like, make it as easy as possible because you guys have better things to do with your time, right? You wanna, earn money, play the games that you wanna play. You don't have to worry about the exchange part and the transfer part and all of that.
Pinoy ang mga
sobrang
magiging
dami.
hashindero in the metaverse.
Yes.
Yeah, man. That's the goal. So yun. So that's what we want to do for you guys. We want to give you something that will allow you to go directly from whatever SLP, AXS, whatever it is, directly to peso. Withdraw it yourself. Self-service na lahat. Hindi na kami. You don't have to chat with us. You don't have to work with customer support.
I will miss the joke part nung page.
Not to mention we've
Wala.
been
Wala nang joke
We've
doon
been
sa app.
swamped.
No, may
Wala
joke pa rin, dude. May joke pa rin, may joke pa rin. Don't worry. Like, we had to, sinama namin doon sa feature requests yung joke eh. So, nandun pa rin yun.
Number one feature yun eh. Even if you
Nauna
can't
pa yun.
exchange, basta may joke. Oo.
Oo nga.
Nauna pa siya kaysa doon sa exchange functionality.
Nice.
Yeah.
But Luis, I mean, Luis is like we've hired two people to help with support and trading, and they're still swamped. So we hope that this is gonna be we aim for this to be more consistent and that to accept all of you guys.
Yeah,
we can automate more.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, ganito kami ka-busy. Like, we hired another developer na Luis din yung pangalan. Ganun yung, like, it's kind of this strange. So now we have this confusing situation na parehong Luis yung in Slack. And then his Luis V, I'm Luis B. Like, it's kind of very easy to kind of mix it up. We're trying to grow the team as quickly as we can. Precisely because we know that this is the time na this is gonna be super useful for people. Yun. And that's it. So I hope you guys sign up to the wait list. And I hope you guys when you there you go. Nice. Thank you, Kookoo. Diba? Meron na agad. We are so yes, just to reiterate what he just said, he is number 36. Ganun ka-ikli yung waitlist namin. Kasi kaka-announce pa lang namin.
Kaka-register ko lang ngayon ha. Baka isipin niya binigay na sa akin. In-announce ko na rin.
Malakas kasi sa amin si Kookoo eh. So actually matagal na siyang nag-register daw eh. Ayun. So that's it, guys. Like, we over the next couple of weeks, we're gonna continue to talk about more features as we add them. We're gonna bring the people who have tried it. We're going to talk to them directly, either through the show or we're gonna talk to them through Facebook, and then we're gonna get their feedback. We're gonna try to keep improving the product. Obviously, security is a very, very important part of yung primary focus namin. We need it to be very, very secure. This is people's money that we're talking about, so it has to be very, 100% secure. So we're gonna spend all of our time and energy trying to do that. We've only got a few more minutes. Mike, if you've got any other stuff that you want to cover, go ahead. I'm just gonna set up for our raffle na.
Yeah, someone was saying on the comment, paano daw yung KYC?
Okay. Mon, do you want to take that? I'll just set up that.
We still have the same KYC requirements. As a BSB licensed entity, we need to collect all that information. But if you have submitted before, you don't need to upload everything again. So if you've dealt with us before, you can just tell us. I guess we'll put the instructions somewhere so that it's obvious and you don't have to remember what I say. But you could just essentially tell us via an email or something like that we're authorized to use your KYC information for this application.
Right. So yung mga clients like si Kookoo is already a current customer of Bloom. He doesn't have to send his ID again kasi nasa amin na yun eh. So we don't have to collect it again. And I know that many people in the chat have already uploaded their ID before and all of that stuff. So hindi na kailangan kasi we have it na eh.
So walang selfie? Hindi na kailangan ng selfie.
Well, I mean, send me your selfie if you want.
Send ko sana yung nakasando na selfie, naka-uniform kasi ako.
Sige. Yeah, okay. Sure. I mean, you can feel free to do that as much as you want. Like, we're not gonna... Syempre, of course, tatanggapin ko yun. I'll even put it on the show if you want. pero hindi siya
background
requirement.
image sa website.
Yeah. Hindi siya requirement. Yun lang. So, kung gusto mo lang.
I also registered.
Baka konti mag-register pag ako yung nandun.
Kaka-register ko lang. And, waitlist number 112. So, ayan.
Oh,
nice. Okay.
My brother-in-law is 100. Pang 100 yung brother-in-law.
Oh, nice. Cool. Thank you, guys. That's very encouraging. Okay, sige. So we need to start raffling because we've only got a few minutes left. Here we go. And what are we gonna do today? We've got 10,000 pesos in total. So four winners, 2,500 pesos each. It's gonna be Bitcoin, guys. We're gonna give Bitcoin. And what will happen is at the very end of the show, I'm gonna post on Facebook page, Facebook page namin, I'll say congratulations to winners so and so and so, and then you need to comment there. And if you comment there, it's just so we can find you more easily. Pag ano, if you're one of the winners, okay? So I'm gonna start raffling now. Here is the raffle page. There you go. Okay, quick check. How many? Okay, 208 names today, so that's pretty good. Hopefully, no more doubles. So, same thing, no? If you've won more than twice, you can't win again. Here we go. Winner number one, 2,500 pesos worth of Bitcoin, sponsored by Bloom. Benj Dalusong, congratulations for winning. You are winner number one. I'm just gonna like quickly write your name down here. Sorry, hold on, just to make sure I don't forget it. Kuku, call yung mga sandogang,
Yeah.
if there are winners. Okay, sige, here we go. Winner number two, 2,500 pesos worth of Bitcoin. Marizian Earl. Congratulations. I'm just gonna write that down because I'm definitely gonna spell that. Congratulations, you are winner number two. Here we go. Winner number three. Hil Halova. Congratulations. Ito, Sandogang to. He said it's like right in his comment. So congratulations, Sandogang, Hil Halova. You are winner number three. And our final winner of the night, winner number four. Here we go. Noreen Joy Declaro. Congratulations, you are winner number four. Okay, guys, so this is probably gonna be the last week where we're just gonna give like straight up crypto as prizes. Like what we wanna do in the following weeks actually is we're probably gonna use BloomX app itself to give out the prizes. So you join and then we'll give you the prizes through the app. Right? So I think we'll probably do it that way. Pero for now, because waitlist pa tayo, Bitcoin muna. So congratulations Noreen, Hill, Earl, Benj. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you so much for signing up to the waitlist. Obviously, please tell your friends, so we can get more people. We can gauge parang how much people are actually interested in this stuff. Kookoo Crypto, thank you so much for your continued support. Tell us where people can find you and your channel on the internet.
Yeah. You can follow me on my YouTube channel, Twitter, if you want to read about the latest updates, NFTs, and gaming. And my Facebook, I'll be doing more videos, live streams, kasi ano na tayo, mainstream na tayo. So kailangan mag-level up na tayo.
Nice.
So
Nice.
wait for our surprises, and then by this month
Nice.
we will have a lot of raffle then we will give away. So wag niyo kalimutan sundan yung mga social media channels natin.
Thank you so much, Kookoo. You're always a great addition to the BloomCast. Aldrin Rabino, Crypto4Chun. Where can people find more of you?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Aldrin, thank you so much for your continued technical analysis. We hope to get you again next week or maybe the week after. I think it's always great to have you around. Mike Mislos, first time with us. Hopefully not the last time. I definitely appreciate all the work that you're doing with Bitpinas. Where can people find more of you?
So bitpinas.com. So website, we have guides and news items. So on Facebook also Bitpinas. So that's where you can find my articles. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Mike Mislos. Ramon Tayag, please take us out.
Yeah. So you can find us at Bloom.Solutions, of course. We're in P2P marketplaces like Paxful, but soon you'll be able to do pretty much all of that and more at bloomx.app. So if you haven't signed up, please go there and join the waitlist.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We will be back next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Hopefully, the Bitcoin price will be about $54,000, roundabouts there, so I can win the bet this time. I've never won. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.